Can you tell something about your upcoming album?
Yeah, I mean, basically we've spent a lot of this year touring, and we haven't made much music this year. So we got together and we said, look, we should really concentrate on an album, and who do we want to work with? You know, maybe do some collaborations with people and various. So we've kind of, I can't say too much right now, but some very exciting names that we're working with vocalists for the new album, and you know, we feel rested and really excited to make this album. So.
How's your label, Nocturnal Group, doing? Any highly expected forthcoming releases?
The label's been brilliant. This last year we signed a deal with Defected to do our distribution and stuff. Because we were working so much, we felt the label was suffering a bit. So about a year ago we decided to do this new venture, and we've signed more and more records this year, and we've got people like even guys from this region, Pookie and Dave Floyd. They're releasing those. Stereo Soul System from Italy just released the Candy Staten Musical Freedom remixes. We've got Chris Taylor coming out next year as well as a new track from Dave Floyd and Pookie. Who else have we got?
Yeah, I think you pretty much mentioned all of them.
There's a few more, but because I'm tired, I can't.
Trophy, Mark Trophy as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
You've recently collaborated with the godfather of house, Frankie Knuckles, on his tracks, The Ones You Love. How was that experience to work with Frankie Knuckles?
Frank is, he's such a lovely guy. We played for him a few years ago at Pasha, and we kind of become friends, and now we have a quite close relationship with him. And when we did The Ones You Love, we did many years ago actually, when we did the second album, the Shapeshifters album never was released. So we had this track lying around, and we thought, who can we do this with? And then when after being with Franco for a few gigs here and there, we thought, this would be the perfect collaboration with him. So that's how we all started. We sent it off to him, and him, did some production over in America, sent it over to us. So we only spent one day in the studio together, actually in the final stage, and then mostly has been over the internet, But we meet up with him, we play with him in Pasha.
And we're playing with him in Australia as well. So, yeah, he's a very good friend.
What do you think about the popularity when remixing tracks? Do you gain a larger audience when you remix artists like Natalie Imbruglia, Christina Aguilera, George Michael, or do you get a better audience when you make your own tracks from scratch?
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
To move forward now, you have to have your own productions. The remixing is something that's a luxury.
It's like a bonus.
Yeah. So it's kind of for me. It's always the most important thing is your own productions, and then the remixing is extra.
You recently played in Germany, you've been in Croatia, now you're in Bosnia, and then you're going to Australia, right? So how do the audiences react according to the location they are? Do they react differently to the tracks?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, Croatia has always been one of favorite countries to play in for many years now. It's a great atmosphere, it's great vibes. In Germany, we have to say, is a little bit less. We like the Germans, but it's the vibe is not the same as, And sometimes when you travel to places, you cut used to people are jumping up and standing on
the politician.
But in Germany, in other countries, it's very different. You have the same set and the people react differently. So
90% of the world, thank God, likes to put their hands in the air.
There's a few countries we're not going to name.
A few countries that sometimes maybe need to loosen up a little bit.
The Pioneer released CDJ 2000 this year.
Yes.
What do you think about those gigs? Are you going for them?
Well, funnily enough, last night in Osijek was the first time we had a full set on the CDJ 2000s. They're amazing. They're really good.
We only played with the CDs. We never played with the USB sticks. That would be, when it's industry standard for the CDJs to be everywhere in the world, we'll only bring the USB sticks. But at the moment, we only played...
Just thinking of it, I can't...
I know, it's crazy. It's like, although, have you got your keys? Have you got your passport and the USB stick?
Oh, let's go and do a gig.
Yeah, it's crazy. But we don't play with the computers. We still play with CDs. So for us...
We like to work for a living.
I mean, for us, this is a natural progression. We knew we were not going to be playing with laptops for a few years. So we thought, okay, this is the natural progression for us to replace with CDJs 2000. So it felt really good. You know, I'm sure we'll use them again.
So which feature do you prefer the most of the CDJs?
I think the needle pickup is pretty cool.
The cue point,
that's makes so much sense.
The graphic interface is much more clearer with the times and the graphical overview of the track and all that stuff. So
yeah, it's just great. It's the next progression, and they've done it very well.
So how would you rate the year 2009, and what are your plans for 2010, for the next year?
2009, I think, has been the best year for us touring-wise for DJing. And 2010 for I think is the more production based, so we're going to release the album, so it's going to be more music coming up from us in 2010.
We've been a bit lazy in 2009 on the
too much touring.
On the production, we've been touring so much that the studio we've kind of not been in the studio as much as we would like. So we're trying to redress the balance in 2010.
Okay, thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much.
It's with the Shapeshifters.
And you're listening to Housetor TV. Or watching even.